Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this woman who got killed after her SUV got hit by a falling tree during severe storms in Wilmington, Delaware. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and the Lord's will, you're edified. So a woman was killed after an SUV hit a fallen tree during severe storms in Wilmington, Delaware, late Monday night. The crash happened around 10:08 p.m. in the westbound lanes of Lancaster Pike, approaching Hedgerow Place. State police say the tree fell directly in front of the Lexus RX SUV. The driver swerved but couldn't avoid hitting the tree. The SUV's passenger, a 79-year-old woman from Newark, Delaware, was killed. Her name has not been released pending family notification. The driver, a 79-year-old man from Newark, was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. And this just goes to show you cannot avoid the judgments of the Lord. The Lord wanted that to play out. He wanted that woman to get killed. And he wanted the man to be put in the hospital. And that's what happened, because the tree fell. The man who was driving, he tried to avoid it. They say he swerved, tried to avoid it, but ultimately it didn't work, because the Lord didn't want them to avoid it. He wanted that crash to happen. That was his judgment upon both of them. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hand. Higgaion Selah. And that's what happened. That was the Lord's judgment upon that man and that woman. And now the man is laid up in the hospital in serious condition, and the woman is in the... And it sounds harsh, but that is the reality of what took place. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this judgment, the Lord killed the woman and wounded the man. That's why brothers keep saying there is no getting around these scriptures. People want to talk about how the scriptures are make-believe and all of that, but everything that's written in these scriptures either has come to pass or is coming to pass. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And the Lord, he killed that woman. You know, the passenger in that SUV. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that no one has perished being innocent, nor were the righteous ever cut off. So that woman was not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. That's why the Lord allowed her to die. That's why between her and the man, she's the one who died, because she was not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. And I'm not saying that the man was innocent either. I mean, the Lord brought judgment upon him as well. That's why he got seriously injured and ended up in the hospital. But she perished. The woman perished because she definitely was not innocent. Verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what's happening. A lot of people are getting wounded and killed in horrible ways because this is them reaping what they've sown for being wicked in the eyes of the Lord. Doing wickedness in the eyes of the Lord. Now they're getting punished. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's why every day people get shot, people get stabbed, people die from fires, people die in car crashes, animal attacks, drownings, all different kinds of horrible judgments befall people. Because that's the anger of the Lord being brought upon them for their wickedness. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that woman, it was her time to die. That's why between the man and the woman in that SUV, she's the one who died, because according to the will of the Lord, it was her time. And there was nothing that could have been done to stop that judgment from happening. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right. Because you can't avoid what's meant to happen. If the Lord sets something in motion, you can't stop it. It's going to play out to the extent that the Lord wants it to. And people are constantly, trying to act like they have free will and like they have control over what happens in their life. And it's like you don't. Whatever happens in your life, the Lord is the one who set it up that way. So it's going to always play out the way the Lord intended for it to. And this is why you're supposed to fear the Lord, because He controls your life. He controls what happens to you. And a lot of people, they don't want to accept that. And that's part of the many wicked things about these people. They refuse to accept that the Lord is the one controlling what they do, how they think, how they talk, where they go. Just being rebellious and stubborn as per usual. And it always ends badly for them. Proverbs 19:23. The fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. And that's right. If you're going through life fearing the Lord, following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, rehearsing the righteous acts, watching, reading, praying, fasting, being circumspect, then the Lord, He's going to take care of you. But majority of people out here don't fear the Lord, and their actions show that they don't fear the Lord. The way that they move, they're getting tattoos, they're eating abominable foods like shrimp and pork and lobster and things that the Lord thinks is abominable, and He said that we're not supposed to eat those things. You're not supposed to be getting tattoos. You're not supposed to be drinking too much. You're not supposed to be doing drugs. You're not supposed to be committing unlawful sexual acts. You're not supposed to be doing a lot of things out here. But these people, these wicked people, they indulge in the very things that anger the Lord. So now the Lord has to destroy them. And that's what we see taking place. That's why all these articles come out about people getting wounded and killed, because that's the Lord bringing punishment upon these people who, just want to be wicked. You want to be wicked, you're going to get what the consequences that come along with it. And the problem is, because a lot of these people are simple, they're simple-minded, they're stupid, they don't believe that there's consequences to their actions. And then when the consequences come, then everyone's looking around like they didn't expect that to happen. But just because man won't punish you doesn't mean that the Lord won't. The Lord, he'll punish you. He'll just do it when he's ready to do it. The Lord might not get you right then and there when you're committing the wickedness. He'll let you build up a long list of wicked things, and then he'll send that death angel to take you out. And that's what we're seeing. And there's a lot of judgment that comes along with these storms and tempests. Like trees falling, roads getting flooded, and people getting stuck and drowning. People people getting struck by lightning. There's a lot of heavy judgments that come along with these storms and tempests. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And there have been storms and tempests happening all across the country. There's been, these heat wave happening, and then, like, during the day, it's, like, super hot and humid, and then towards the evening, it'll start raining a lot. There'll be lightning, there'll be thunder, Like, that's what happened out here in New York last night. Like, during the day, it was fine, But then at night, it was raining, and there was a lot of lightning happening, and, like, this is what we can expect. There's going to be more tornadoes and hurricanes and tropical storms, and a lot of destruction and death is going to follow. Like, this is not a joke. This is not a game. And these wicked people, they don't understand that. And they're going to continue to fall victim to their own wickedness. But that's what the Heavenly Father wants, because majority of people in this world are wicked. And the Lord is angry with them, and he's going to continue to judge them and to punish them accordingly. Because at the end of the day, we all reap what we sow. If you're out here being righteous in the eyes of the Lord, then you're going to reap salvation. Adawan Ratazah. And if you're being wicked, you're going to reap destruction. Plain and simple. So for all the sincere brothers and sisters out there, every time you see judgment take place, just let that be a reminder to you from the Lord that, hey, this could happen to you if you start being wicked. Nobody is exempt from catching judgment. Like it says in Romans 2:11, there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. The Lord doesn't care if you're a man, a woman, a child, newborn baby. The Lord doesn't care if you're elderly. He doesn't care if you're homeless. He doesn't care if you're a celebrity. None of that matters. The Lord cares about whether you're being righteous or whether you're being wicked. If you're being wicked, you're going to get punished. Plain and simple. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.